Alright, hello everyone, and today I want to talk about the current Ukrainian counteroffensive that's taking place in Ukraine. The 2023 Ukrainian counteroffensive that's taking place at this time still. It's been going on for over 2 months now, and I've just seen so many news outlets. Well, not so many, but well, I have actually seen so many of them. I've seen so many news outlets saying that the Ukrainian counteroffensive is going slow, and some news even saying that it's a failure. Even some YouTubers saying it's a failure, like history legends and. Just many other news outlets saying that the counteroffensive is making so little progress and that, yeah, it's not making or having an impact, even though it is. It's having a massive impact, uh, actually. And the thing I want to talk about today is the counteroffensive in Ukraine that's taking place currently mainly. But I also want to discuss some other things. But the main thing is going to be the counteroffensive. And the counteroffensive, if you compare it to the Russian offensive this whole year around Soledar and Bakhmut, is going actually really well. Ukraine has gotten back at least 282 square kilometers worth of land from the Russian occupiers within the last just 2 months, nearly 3 months now, but still, under 3 months still. And they've gotten more land back than Russia managed to gain in Ukraine in just over 2 months of this year. So, people who say, and the news outlets and everyone who says that the Ukrainian counteroffensive is a failure, like honestly, you don't know anything. It's not a failure. It's definitely not a failure. And also what I want to discuss, also exactly what I want to discuss right now, is the current situation of the counteroffensive. There's been so many people just saying, oh, that the Ukrainians will never even break through the first defensive line. So, not everyone has been saying that, but I have heard some people just saying that, and it's so stupid. Like, honestly, it's so stupid. Because right now, uh, during the last week, remember Ukraine liberated the village of Robotyne in the Zaporizhia region of the counteroffensive. And they're now flanking around Robotyne, and now they're also heading to the village of Verbove. And it doesn't show on the war map, but as I understand from many of the war YouTubers, that there's Ukrainian soldiers actually in that village right now fighting the Russians. And also what I want to discuss is that the Ukrainian army, the Ukrainian forces, they're actually really adaptable to the current counteroffensive that's going on. Because, like, if you have not seen the news or any of people talking about the thermal cameras and the thermal vision used by Ukrainian forces to watch over the minefields, and because it's so hot right now in Ukraine, they use the cameras to look at the mines at night. So it'll be easier for the Ukrainian army to demine the fields and to go around the mines to attack the enemy, which is Russia. And also, I honestly just don't understand the current and still Russian supporters, and who also say that Russia is winning in this war, which they are definitely not. As Jake Bro, the amazing YouTuber who covers the Ukraine war, said, that Russian invasion of Ukraine is Russia's disastrous invasion of Ukraine. Honestly. And another strategy that Ukraine's using right now to honestly make this counteroffensive more successful is that they're destroying Russian logistics everywhere around Zaporizhia, Kherson region, in the Crimean Peninsula, in the Russian mainland as well, and so on and so on. And also, what I want to also discuss right now about the Russian supporters and the Russian trolls like Jackson Hinkle and Tucker Carlson. Them two people, don't listen to them. They're idiots. They're total idiots. Like, honestly, just don't believe what they say. And yeah. And also, what I also want to discuss right now is Russia and Vladimir Putin asking for a ceasefire, begging for a ceasefire, and some people in the West saying that Ukraine should trade some of their land for NATO membership. Like, that is so stupid. Absolutely not. Ukraine should not trade any of their land, including the Donbass and the Crimea, for NATO membership. Absolutely not. Because that's what Vladimir Putin wants. They want a ceasefire right now so they can regroup their army and rearm and attack again in maybe 2 years or 4 years or 6 years or 8 years time. Like, do not support Ukraine making a ceasefire where they trade in territories to Russia, their own territories. It's not alright. It's not alright to ever do. And people who also still complain that the counteroffensive is going so slow and it's a failure, which it's definitely not. Like, Ukraine's been begging for F-16s, and now they are finally gonna get them. Thank you, West, for finally not hesitating anymore. And now they're finally gonna get them, but they're not gonna be in the skies of Ukraine until 2024 at least, because they've still got to train the Ukrainian pilots on the F-16s. So, if the West would have provided the F-16s even sooner to Ukraine than now, this counteroffensive would have gone faster. But they haven't. Like, give Ukraine a break. That they're having to fight the biggest country in the world by land force. And they're also having to do it the hard way still. So, give Ukraine a break. And stop complaining about the counteroffensive. Honestly. Honestly, just stop complaining about it. And the thing about the ceasefire thing that people are saying that Ukraine should do, like, haven't you learned the recent history. Haven't you seen the recent history what Russia did, for example, to Chechnya? They first had the first Chechen war from 1994 until 1996, and Chechnya actually won that war, and Russia signed ceasefire. And the then Chechen president, Chokar Dudayev, actually said in one interview that Russians, when they sign a ceasefire, when they want to do stuff like that, they just want to rearm. They don't really want peace. They just want to rearm and regroup so they can strike again and win the war at that time. And that's exactly what Russia did in 1999 when Vladimir Putin was about to come to power, and they started the second Chechen war, which Russia won. After heavily bombarding the capital of Chechnya, Grozny, to pieces. About 8,000 civilians were also killed there. And yeah, sorry if I've made a couple bloops and mistakes here. It is one of my first videos ever discussing these topics that I'm recording, so I'm really sorry. And also, if you want to watch some quality YouTubers who tell you actually real good information about the Russo-Ukrainian war, about Russia, and about Ukraine, you should check out the YouTubers Artur Rehi, Jake Bro, Professor Gerdes, or Gerdes, however you're meant to say it. Sorry, Professor Gerdes, if I pronounce your name absolutely wrong here, but you are amazing. Keep up your good work. And some other YouTubers who I want to point out are Vlad Wexler, the Russian dude. You should check all of them out. Definitely give them a subscribe, give them a like, leave them a comment. And also check out Denis Davidov. He also does amazing videos about the Ukrainian war, Russo-Ukrainian war. And also, yeah, that's it from me. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And also, everyone, glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes, Slava Ukraini. And also, thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine. I'll see you next time. Peace.